Do you have a sense of your own worth? Do you recognize when you're saying self-defeating thoughts to yourself? If you're not quite sure if you have any of these self-defeating thoughts, stick around because I'm going to go through a couple of tips and tricks on how to recognize when these things are happening. In the self-esteem workbook, it explains that we usually think that there is an activating event, something that happens, and then we feel a certain way. But the book explains that right there in the middle is where we have a belief system about ourselves. And that's where we get this feeling on the side. So usually that has to do with our emotional response to things that we've been through in the past and what's happening now. One of the first automatic thought distortions that he talks about in the book is assuming. So when you're assuming things, you're always usually expecting the worst out of the situation instead of really testing the evidence. A great example of this is going to be when you walk by somebody at work or you walk by somebody at the store and they have kind of a scowl on their face. And you automatically think that they're upset with you or something's wrong. It's the same thing if your husband walked through the door and he was being quiet and you're thinking you did something wrong when he's really just being quiet. This is a really tough thought distortion because most of the time we make assumptions that are not usually correct, and then we sit in silence while we're dealing with it without asking clarifying questions. This has happened so many times in so many different situations where we make assumptions about things and we're out and about in our day, and then we take it home. We take it home with us and we think, gosh, so-and-so was just being so mean today, when they really hadn't said anything to you at all. So the very first thought distortion in the self-esteem workbooks talks about assuming. And also in the 4 agreements, Miguel Ruiz talks about assumptions as well. And he says, never make assumptions because we don't know what we're talking about. Because if you haven't asked a clarifying question about something, then why are you assuming? Because you will go home or you'll be at home. And as your night goes on, you will start to internalize that there's something wrong with you. And then if you were to ask, 95% of the time, you're going to find out that it had nothing to do with you at all. I hope that helps today. If you find yourself making assumptions, pause, stop, reframe it, and then ask questions if you need to. I'll see you guys tomorrow for the other thought distortions that are coming up.